Alright, everyone, I'm going to do me a little Logic tidbits piece here. I have done some tutorials, but there are people that do them a lot better than me, and when I have enough for a good tutorial, then I'll do it, but there's some better tutorials than me. But I'm going to do some little tidbit observations that I think would be helpful. They'd be helpful to me, and I've learned a lot from watching people. Some people just talk and don't give you anything helpful. This is the intent of this is to show you something that could be an improvement in logic and would be useful for you to know so that you don't have to go through some of the frustrations that I have. And for me, this what I'm going to talk about here is the metronome settings in Logic. As many of you know, Logic once upon a time was considered, one of the more complicated programs and bad for beginners and all that sort of thing. And they tried to kind of make it good for both these days. And we're on Logic 10.1. I had Logic 7 and then upgraded to 10.1, and it's hugely different. And there's a kind of an advanced and a beginner's mode, which the beginner's mode is more like GarageBand. But here's something for me that even as a user, long-time user, really bothers me. And maybe there's a solution to it that I don't know about, but it's having to do with the metronome. And here is the issue. If you have this here, why do I need to do that? Here's this here metronome going. There are two issues that are a problem with it. One is, let's bring this down some. I'm going to bring this down so that it's distinguishable. You hear that? That's on the bar. But listen to this. Let's say you're doing a recording and you want just the beat, and you just want the beat, one to be on every beat. If you go like this is the issue. It doesn't sound on the bar, so it's just goofy. I mean, there are times when you want just the beat or every beat, and I would prefer to just be including the bar, but I can understand if you've got a different note on the bar, that's all good, and you can change it to the same note. But it would be easy if I wanted to have something that has an accent like this with the accent on the first bar to do that. So you can hear the difference, and you can make it lower, and it'll be much more different. Yeah. And make volume settings. That's pretty good, but the issue is that I can't just toggle that off and expect the beat to be on everyone. And here's another issue. Some songs, like let's say you're doing a song in 4/4 time. Some songs don't have an accent right on the first beat, and this one has an accent right on the first beat. So if you're going to try and record a song that has an accent at a different place than that first beat, well, you're out of luck. You can't set an accent in this. An accent would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Some songs have an accent in a different place. You can't do it in here. And you might say, well, it's only the metronome. You're going to do that and other things. Well, if you're trying to get basic tracks down and your metronome doesn't accent in the right place, it really gives you up, and the accent is really important in a song. I would think that for basic user, it would be more important for this to have that difference, because it'd be a place where they could at least make some variation on what they're doing without going into a drum machine and the MIDI components of it, which you have to learn a little bit more about. But what you can do is you can put in a MIDI instrument, or a software instrument, and play. You can write in notes and make a loop of it, which is not too bad. But when you're first getting going, it's a pain now. If I just want to sit down and record, I got to make sure I do that, get an instrument going, and all that sort of thing. So this is one of my pet peeves with Logic, and that's in the metronome. Logic Pro X is what I'm using. I used to use Logic Pro 7. But I think this is something that's been an issue for a long time. I don't even know what simple mode is. Yeah. It's just a little bit more simple. Okay, right. Let's at that. Yeah, I guess you can do that either way. But here's you've got a MIDI out if you want to do it that way. But I don't see anything in there giving you the ability to accent on a different note. So that's one of my little things that just bug the crap